Good morning. My name is Andrew Exline. Today I'd like to tell you about how dimensional engineering reduced installation time on the world's largest liquid natural gas export facility with PolyWorks. But first, a little background about myself and dimensional. Dimensional engineering was started in Michigan in 2005 by our founder and CEO, William Bonner. Bill previously had worked in Rüsselsheim, Germany at Invenio Engineering Solutions. It was there in the early 90s he first became interested in laser scanning and its applications in the automotive industry. The company was relocated to Houston in 2013. Bill's first experience with PolyWorks was in 1997 at a rapid prototyping conference where he met Mark Susi. Then in 2000, Bill learned how to use PolyWorks from none other than Eric Roberge. Since that time, PolyWorks has been dimensional engineering's chosen metrology software. Dimensional was first founded in the aerospace industry thanks to a scanning contract from Raytheon. But given Bill's previous automotive experience with Invenio, Dimensional naturally started working with automotive firms all over the country, laser scanning parts and doing weld tooling certification. In 2008, Dimensional started doing work in the oil and gas industry, primarily working with field machinists to lever their mills and do in-process inspections. In 2013, DEI began working with Baker Hughes GE in Houston at a plant formerly known as Hydro. There, Dimensional helped them to align the mating components of their blowout preventers, allowing the two major assemblies, the LMRP and the lower stack, seen on the right side of the screen, to be interchangeable between the stacks and even ships. Our commitment to this job was the impetus for the company's relocation to Houston. A few years earlier, in 2011, I had first worked with dimensional engineering while I was a CAD engineer at Salzburg Turbo Services. We scanned the casings and rotors for a large steam turbine for reverse engineering and re-rate study. It was while working with Dimensional on this and subsequent jobs that I came to appreciate and try to emulate their passion for precision and safety. So in 2014, I decided to join Dimensional, and since then I've worked for clients in automotive, aerospace, and oil and gas, doing reverse engineering, part inspections, and alignments. For the past year and a half, I've been working with the T1 launch teams at General Motors doing scanning support and weld tool certification. Before that, I and a team of metrologists at Dimensional were working on a project building the Elba Island liquid natural gas export facility. In June 2016, Kinder Morgan began work to convert the liquid natural gas import facility on Elba Island to a liquefaction and export facility. The plant is made up of 10 trains of modular assemblies. Each of these trains consists of 22 modular units with at least a dozen flange connections to each one, some with over 50 connections. All told, this new facility is capable of producing 2.5 million tons of LNG per year. Seen here in purple are the process modules, in gray the pipe racks, in green the compression modules, and the yellow spools are the ship loose and interconnecting piping. To give you a little more sense of scale, each one of these modules is approximately 50 feet long and 8 feet wide, or 12 feet wide, sorry. The Elba Island facility is owned by Kinder Morgan. The trains were designed by Shell, with the pipe racks being built by Baker Hughes GE, and the compression modules built by Ingersoll Rand. Additional machine work and labor was coordinated among half a dozen other companies. Traditionally, this process would mean having assembly teams at each facility using tape measures and bubble levels and come-alongs, putting together individual modules, testing them, and shipping them to the final site. Upon arriving at the final site, they would be tied together, and unsurprisingly, they wouldn't fit together as expected. So welds would be cut, pipes would get pulled into place, flange connections get put under unnecessary stresses, and this continues down the line. And when interconnecting piping is necessary, the problem only gets exacerbated. Recognizing these limitations, Baker Hughes GE wanted to find a better way. Their initial in-house attempts included trying to laser scan whole modules, which was very time-consuming, data-heavy, and didn't allow for making immediate improvements to the build. Their next attempt used laser trackers to take individual measurements of the flanges closest to the corner of the module. Better idea, but still flawed. This didn't account for any fabrication issues with the module itself, and frequently when moving from one corner to another, mistakes were made that led to pipes being too short or too long. This was essentially no better than having a digital tape measure. The solution we provided them was to create an alignment encompassing the entire module, thereby referencing every flange center point to one alignment and maintaining the global coordinate system to make virtual assemblies possible. Because of PolyWorks' simple move device functionality, its ability to handle huge amounts of data, and its simple and intuitive availability to capture and report your measurements, it was really the only option for accurately and efficiently completing this job. The first step in our process was to lay out semi-permanent targets on each module made for us by MetrologyWorks. When laying out these targets on the modules, we had a simple motto: overkill is underrated. After having all of our targets placed and valued, the next step was to measure planes on the end, side, and base of the module. We created these planes numerically based on print information, as the CAD models we had been provided only gave us the piping information. While creating these planes in other software may be possible, PolyWorks has the intuitive ability to size numerically created planes based on the size of the CAD. This provided us with a very easy visual confirmation that what we had created was in fact what we needed. After measuring every flange we could see in that location, we'd perform a move device. From this second position, we could then measure the planes on the opposite side and end, thanks to PolyWorks' add probe data functions, effortlessly measure the rest of the base plane that we could not see from our initial position. Then, using mid-planes in the base plane, we performed a perpendicular planes alignment. Finally, at this point, we could measure the rest of our flanges. This gave us a clear picture of the size and location of every pipe relative to the entire module, rather than just one corner. At this point, we were able to assist the assemblers in putting their flanges in the nominal locations and identify those pipes that needed to be modified. One way we found extremely useful, sometimes these modifications were as simple as moving a pipe 1/4 of an inch, or slightly more complicated, needing to grind the support structure to let the pipe sit lower, and in the most extreme cases, cutting a few inches off of a pipe. One way we found extremely useful to identify if a pipe needed to be modified or simply moved was to perform a best fit measurement objects alignment to the individual line and its flanges. This example shows a line with flanges coming off of each side of the module. Rather than having the welder start cutting and rewelding 4 different sections of pipe, we perform best fit measurement objects to these 4 specific lines, and we realize that the basic geometry of the line is in tolerance. It just needs to be pulled and shimmed to get the tie points in place. There were additional issues with the modules that were resolved thanks to our using PolyWorks that may not have been caught otherwise. We were receiving CAD models and prints from multiple sources. When this is the case, we're always a little suspicious how well these sources agree. Because of PolyWorks' ability to handle massive amounts of CAD data, we were able to load mating modules to each other and check their tie points for errors, and resolve the discrepancies before doing the final alignments. We also created a quick macro in PolyWorks that proved extremely useful. We were verifying these prints against the dimensions, which given on prints were in feet and inches. Rather than constantly having our calculators pulled up on screen, we built a quick macro so we could verify the modifications we recommended were valid for the most recent print. So the previous amount of time for Baker Hughes to build, inspect, and align a module or pipe rack was about 2 weeks. With our improved methodology, we were able to complete one in an average of 3 days, even when major modifications were necessary. After seeing what we were capable of with PolyWorks, BHGE asked us to handle the inspection of the interconnecting and ship loose piping. The ICP and ship loose for each train included over 250 pipes. From these inspections, BHGE needed to know that the pipes would not have issues during install. This meant checking overall length, location of flange center points relative to one another, and angularity of the bolting pattern. There are 3 major reasons PolyWorks was the only suitable tool for this work, the first being that ability to create macros. The CAD was given to us as blank lines, with no bolting pattern. So we needed an efficient way to add the actual flange face to the lines after downloading and importing all of the standard flange sizes. We then needed to align them to the blanks. After some trial and error, we were able to build a macro that was able to overlay and align the flanges to the blank lines. The user would simply specify the number of flanges, select the relevant CAD, pick the OD of the blanks, and the raised face of the flanges. Fortunately, this is a task that only needed to be done once for each line for all the trains, but still, just over 250 times total. Next, every piece of piping we checked needed to be aligned when inspected, and we wanted all of them to have a consistent alignment methodology. To accomplish this, we created macros to define features based on the number of flanges, spool runs, and bolt holes, and to create an alignment based off of these features, and then finally to create a report of these findings. The second huge benefit of using PolyWorks is it is so easy to teach a new user. With the scope of work we now had, it was absolutely necessary to bring in new employees and get them up to speed as quickly as possible. This only would have been possible with PolyWorks' user-friendly and customizable interface. In order to inspect one of these spools, our new technicians needed only use the buttons we had created for them in this special menu for the project. Finally, the device localization tool in PolyWorks cut the time it took us to inspect large spools dramatically. We were at times inspecting spools over 20 feet in length whose ends could never have line of sight from one position. Rather than having to move the tracker for every flange, we were able to set it up in a central location amongst multiple pipes and move the arm wherever we needed and quickly localize using the localized device and Pharaoh's track arm capability. So now we've got a team building pipe racks in Houston, another team inspecting ICP spools also in Houston. We're inspecting compression modules in Buffalo, and all these assemblies and loose piping are getting put together in Georgia. When we were brought on board, they had already shipped two full trains to Georgia, and they're having a difficult time putting them together. They asked us if we could interrogate the data they had taken to see why there were so many issues. Again, because of PolyWorks, we were able to load these large CAD files, and using our own data and data taken by BHGE, we were able to start predicting for them where they would have install issues. Additionally, by loading multiple pipe racks or modules, we can determine whether piping that was giving them issues was due to fabrication issues or stack up. In one case, we saved them from having to cut and re-weld a 20-inch diameter line by first virtually moving the other lines and giving them those same moves to make on that assembly. Before we had got to Elba Island, their work process was to bring everything to a laydown yard, then take parts to the island, try to assemble them, and if they didn't fit, they'd have to rework them on the island or bring them back to the yard for reworks. This process was taking them up to 3 months to build one train. So we were brought to the yard, we're measuring modules we haven't previously measured, virtually aligning them with modules in ICP and ship loose that we or BHGE had measured. From this data, we're helping the construction company on site come up with a work plan based on what modules and pipes we know will fit and holding back what needs to be modified. Because of our ability to virtually verify builds in PolyWorks, we are able to reduce their build times from that original 3 months to only 3 weeks. We've had a lot of nicknames at job sites over the years: laser boys, scanner guys, dimensional checkers, but the guys we were working with at Elba had a more appropriate name for our crew: virtual pipe fitters. Thank you.